Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6, and before we get into the video, and as a growing habit, I want to say a huge thank you to all the guys who have subbed this week. Your support really means a lot to me, and this is the reason why I'm doing it. I want to grow the channel and I want to have this discussion with you guys online, so I really appreciate all your support here. Moving forward, I will also just shout out to a few of you guys who have responded, commented this week, or with whom I had a discussion. Doesn't matter. I just wanted to point every now and then a few of those discussions out, and a few of you guys give a shout out, of course. I will not only take the reactions or the comments that are in my favor, because I'm a huge advocate of healthy discussions. But this week I really wanted to point out, and I hope I pronounce your name right, Ugusan Samli, who just subscribed, and you will see his comment here, left or right, or we'll put it in here, and your reaction just meant a lot to me. You know, this is the reason why I started this channel, to get feedback if I'm on the right track. You don't necessarily always have to agree with me, absolutely not. I'm an advocate of a strong discussion. As long as we keep things fresh and healthy, right, we can disagree with each other. But this is just the first one I wanted to point out, and thank you for your support. And I was really moved in a bit by your reaction here. Now let's get into the video, guys. If you've been living under a rock for the last few days and you like Rainbow Six Siege, you haven't noticed that there was in Raleigh was a major going on, then you also missed the announcement of Ember Rise, the new operation that is coming in a few weeks. And I want to just... Yesterday I was on the couch, tuned in from 6 o'clock my time CET up until 2 in the night, and I saw Team Empire win from G2 Esports. It was phenomenal. It was Champions League football, what we saw in terms of how Siege is played. I also had a blast looking at the guys of the Content Creators Cup with Get Flanked, Coconut Bra, and your boy Roy, to name a few. But in between, we had the Ember Rise announcement. Well, announced. We already knew it was coming, so I was writing a lot of things down and making a summary, and then all of a sudden I was watching some articles or reading some articles on PCGamer.com, and I stumbled across this fantastic article by Morgan Park. It was posted 16 hours ago, and it just summarizes the whole shebang of the new operation that is coming, Ember Rise. Now, before we're going into the nitty-gritty details and give some feelings on the new operation, closing down this current operation, which is just a few more weeks out, I must say that I really felt that I made considerable steps. I really feel that I made steps in how I play the game, how I approach the game, how I'm working with the guys in the team. Shout out to Jack, Salty, Damien, and Main, of course. But how we work together, how the strats, how you can turn around a situation by knowing the map in such a way that you can use it to your own benefit and to turn situations around. So there were some real advantages I've gained this, and some progress I made this season. Still got a long way to go, especially when you see Team Empire win from G2 Esports. You know still got a long way to go, but we're getting there. We're really getting there, and this is the season that I really felt I made considerable steps. And again, guys, apologies for all those adverts by Google popping up left and right, but hey, here we go. Ember Rise. So we've got a grappling hook. We've got two new operators, and the two new operators are the first two new operators that are not derived from official SWAT team or military organizations of a country, right? These are civilians. They created their gadgets themselves, like the grappling hook. She made it herself. And now they're going to add this grappling hook to the game, you know, because every good game needs a grappling hook, right? I must say I was at first a bit confused, maybe. Not really quite sure what I needed to hold of this, because let's face it, a grappling hook I started to think about Titanfall, even Apex Legends, and now they're adding it to the game. But what I've seen yesterday, how this works, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I think it opens up a tons of possibilities on how you can play the game. But there are also enough counters, but also weaknesses in the gadget herself. So let's go to Amaru, because this is what she is called, right? I will draw down here so you can see the video. You can see it. Yeah, you can see the video here. As you can see, you can grapple quite quickly in a room or in an environment. You can do it from hatches, latches, ceilings, and the wooden panels on a window. There are counters to this, so you can't grapple through a castle closed window. You can't. The second thing is Capcan and Frost are also a good counter, because usually when you enter a room through a window and you know that there's a Frost, or you don't know, you can just look down, shoot, and you can go in, you can kill the Frostman. Okay, Capcan is a different story, but this is how you counter Frost. You can't do that with her. She has a few, maybe a millisecond, when you enter a room, and here you can see it when she goes onto ceiling, that you have some time between you stand still and grab your gun, right? This is where you see it very correctly. So you don't have the time nor the possibility to look down and shoot a Frost or a Capcan or whatever. You don't have that time. Once you go in, and you need to wait until you are loaded up with your gun again. So that's the counter here. So I do think that this is pretty balanced in terms on how this can be used. I am looking forward if people can find a way to kill people with it. Let's see it, but I think it does open up a tons of opportunities, and there are still some great counters. As I told you, Castle is a counter, Capcan is a counter, and Frost is a counter for that matter, of course. Here you can say one notable counter is of course Castle, because you can't penetrate to the barricades, which makes it quite interesting. And as you can see, your loadout is the GBA-1, the Supernova, and of course some other SMG-11, the Claymore's breaching charge, of course. But as you can see, there are no new guns in here. And if you would read a comment made by Rainbow Six themselves, the developers, is they've got so much guns in there, it's pretty hard to find new ones. So I think they're now on a total of almost 80 guns in the game, and it's pretty hard to find new ones that are actually a derivement from actual guns, right? And that's also what my first initial thought was about her gadget. Aren't we going really futuristic? I know there are a lot of futuristic elements added to the game with alibi type of drone type of things, you know. There are some futuristic elements added to the game, but it really looks good. And the reason why they don't added new loadouts and weapons is also pretty understandable. So I've got a 2 medium and a speed of 2, and the armor is also 2. So it's a pretty balanced, solid operator, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Now off to Goyo. This is a explosive charge you put on the back of a of a shield, right? I do have a huge issue with this because our dear friend IQ can't detect it. She just can't, and that to me is a big issue. Of course, you've got counters. Even Sledge can destroy it, but then you're in the middle of a fire hose. You've got Sophia who can kill it and can destroy the shield and also the gadget behind it. But eventually, let me see if I can put it up. Here we go. But eventually, I think it's a bit strange that IQ can't detect it, which to me is a bit strange. But okay, but I think if you have a solid play with Goyo and Capcan, so you put a shield in the door with this one behind and Capcan behind it, you've got a very strong entry denial plan set up. Especially if you can hold Sophia off or even Ash to destroy it. So we also have a 2 speed, 2 armor, and also here the Vector, which you know from Mira, of course. There's nothing new under the sun there, but I think the gadget can really inspire to new nice gameplays. And to me, you can anchor, but you can also roam with him, because you can use this as a protection for certain rooms where you are in if you're a bit further away from the objective, right? So okay, fine. what I think is really awesome is the Canal map rework. They've added a few different layers, a new bridge so you can move around very quickly. They've also give a bit more color scheme to the environment, so you can do call outs a bit better and quicker, which is also fantastic. They are taking out Theme Park, which to me is a bit of a pain. I like Theme Park. I know it's not the most balanced map out there, but for some weird reason, I do like the map when you're in, for example, MATLAB. Yes, there is a strong anchor place with the window, but I don't care. I just like the overall sense of the map, and I had some very strong plays in there. The rumor is that in Season 4 they will do a rework of Theme Park, and they will bring it back eventually in Rank. So I am looking forward to that as well. So they're bringing back Canal in Ranked. It's in Ranked, guys. So I'm really happy with that. They're also taking out Theme Park, and they're also taking out Hereford Base, which I think is a great decision, because I know the old Hereford Base, which is still in the game, is maybe a very unbalanced map, but I think the new Hereford base map is way too defense friendly in terms of how it's set up. So I'm not really well, it's okay that they've taken that one out. Let's go down. Other stuff worth noting: Rainbow Six Siege is getting an unranked playlist, which has all the rules of ranks without the stress of losing MMR. Now, I don't think I'm going to play it, because maybe for a warm-up it's fine, but I want to either lose or gain MMR because I want to make progress. On the other side, I do think it... Well, I hope it solves the painstaking issues you will see in casual, with the team killing, the toxicity, people leaving. Then I guess there are huge penalties put forward when leaving, of course. But to me, it's fine. You know, if people are happy with this, they're happy with this. It doesn't bother me. We've got a new top tier rank called Champions that goes even beyond Diamond. Champion starts at 5,000 MMR. Well, okay, I didn't know there was a need for even higher grade, but people want to show off, then please show off, you know. I just feel that I've got a longer way to go now. It does when I do the math calculation now, then I'm almost in plat, because I was in the higher ranks of gold, and with the new MMR, how it's divided over all the ranks, I'm now even higher in the scale with the amount of MMR I have right now. So I'm almost entering plat, which is good. Ranked now has a squad MMR restriction, so some players won't be able to queue together if their skill is too varied. Wow. Thanks. This is really, because it was painstaking to see those whole boosting of accounts that you were playing against, even against diamonds who had coppers in their own ranks, which weren't coppers. They were just boosting accounts. So I'm very welcome to this. So thank you very much, Yubi. As said, Theme Park, Fortress as well, and Hereford Base are out of ranked, and Canal is obviously in. You've got 12 maps. Season 4 maps rework is Theme Park, so it will likely to be added back later this year. I'm really looking forward to it. As said, I like Theme Park as it is, but maybe I'm just a sucker for those older maps, as I did with the old Hereford Base, which was painstakingly unbalanced, but I did like the chaos it brought, and the same here with Theme Park as well. What is of a huge concern to me is that Rainbow Six Siege is... can't read. Let me put it up here. Yeah, sorry guys. I know my head is in the way. But Rainbow Six Siege is jumping on the Battle Pass bandwagon. You know, I know it's cosmetic only. I know, as it has always been with Rainbow Six Siege. But to me, it gives a Fortnite Call of Duty feeling to it. To me, the whole process of the alpha pack, how you earned it, and the chances you got after every winning match was fine. Maybe they will change it up, and then even with a losing match, you can just go up in tiers and unlock stuff. Well, fine, you know. I'm not per se in this game to unlock stuff. That is maybe in Fortnite. That is maybe in Call of Duty. I play this game for the skill and for the fun and to get better and to improve. I think the biggest gain you can get is a higher rank instead of a new weapon camo or something. But okay, if there is a need for this, fine. But you've got a free battle pass progress and you got a paid premium one. I know it's not a pay to win system, so fine. But to me, the system wasn't broken, so why fix anything, right? So I'm not really getting this. I think it's just Rainbow Six Siege turning into a bit of a Fortnite experience, which I don't necessarily like. As long as it's not getting in my way, fine. I don't mind paying for stuff, right? I don't. I pay my season passes because I want to support the game, and once in a while I buy an elite skin. I just bought the Capcan Elite skin. Why? Because I want to support the game. I will not pay for a Battle Pass Premium Progress. I will not. I don't see the reason to do so. I think it belongs at Call of Duty, not at Rainbow Six. But that's just my humble opinion right here, guys. So these are, in short, and as a very comprehensive overview, the new additions to Rainbow Six Siege, Ember Rise. I am looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to have Canal, as you want to pronounce it, back into the roster of Ranked. I like to see how the new operators play out, because I finally have a sense with new gadgets that I think, hey, this might be something I can work with. I think the last season wasn't really that of a impact with terms of operators and gadgets. I don't see Warden a lot. I don't see Knock a lot, or Nyuk, or how the hell you pronounce it. I do think we will see these blokes a lot, because the grappling hook seems like a whole lot of fun, but also the entry denial device from the other guy sounds like a whole lot of fun. Now, with the new tier system, the champions mode is added. This is just fine. It's just progress. Everybody wants to show off, right? No new weapons, which is also fine. I do understand the reasoning behind it. And for me, the biggest question about this whole process is, do we actually need battle passes here? But it's cosmetic only, I know, but it's more a look and a feel. If something's not broken, don't try to fix anything right here. So guys, there is, of course, more content on the way. I'm working on a highlights of the last few weeks of the Rainbow Six Siege experience with the team, which is almost finalized. It's not a highly edited, just some fun and games left and right. And a big shout out to you, Salty. A big shout out to you, because you've made that 3K worthwhile. So that needs to be in the video. I will get back to you with a topic. I want to refrain as much as possible from political statements, but the whole issue about gamers being set in a corner because of mass shooting is not really of my liking, so I do want to make some statements on that. But for now, guys, what's your experience? Are you looking forward to the new season? Do you play Rainbow Six? If not, start playing it. And what's your take on it, guys? I'm really looking forward to it. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so right now, and turn on the notifications so you will stay up to date. For now, this is Rainbow Six, Movement 6 out, back to the madness.